flow. Yeah. Yeah, I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked, cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just to by my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had the strength in my mind. To the videos, they thought I was a black guy. That's hard to get over. I'm foreigner in the sport, but I'm fully devoted. I don't take it for granted that the door's been open. I knew I was different, I knew I was chosen. A breadwinner, but I'm soft-spoken. Authentic like a 5950 and there's no cap. Let's have a toast to that. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. They done baptized the bad guy, still don't follow religion. The fabric's not average, the cotton's Egyptian. 500 for the shoes, come dirty, but the European. Less is more and less is the bank. Up the score, I pull up from train. From the tray, I'm ballin' like Trey. Do what I can, I do what you can't. I wrote this 30,000 feet up, 10 toes stay G'd up. I'm tryna get that type of wealth, like a house on the hills can't see us. Say the money still me up, stay humble, stay teed up. I don't tell you how to live, so don't hit me with no weak stuff. And if you know the deal, then you know the deal. If it's real, then you know it's real. Toast. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real.
Good morning. Now, while I got two of me up here, let me remove this one. I hope everybody's doing well this morning. I just wanted to come through, say hey, see what was going on with everybody, see if anybody had anything to say about all the drama that we got going on in the streets, of course. And if you watching this on the replay, which a lot of people do, because a lot of folks going live, so feel free to just thought we maybe open up the panel, see if anybody had anything to say. It's so much going on in the streets that all I could do was sit back and keep my mouth shut. Um, I went to Jill's last night for the poetry contest. Absolutely amazing. I thought everybody did a really great job. And I mean, my big surprise of the night was Noble. I think it was Parsnip. Big surprise. Wasn't sure how to handle it, but I thought it was really cool. Um, poetry is about really kind of going deep down inside yourself and pulling out feelings and trying to put them into words. It's an art form just like painting or anything else. Just like I can't draw a straight line, I probably wouldn't have been able to pull out a straight line to say to make it make as much sense as the judges probably would have wanted it to. But for those who went up and competed in the challenge or the competition rather, congratulations to them. Putting your heart out there like that is amazing. It is an amazing, amazing thing to do for anybody because everything you say and do gets scrutinized. Um, everything, and you know what? It's something up here on the screen which is really blowing my mind. I see the live viewer comment thing up there, and it's been a minute since I've been on StreamYard without just upload the video. So let me try to get rid of that one. And let's see. Nope, that's not it neither. There's one. Okay. So we know there's been a problem with people screenshotting the private chat in the back. If that's something that you're worried about, maybe you don't want to put anything that's private back there. I get it. You know, a quick word or something, you can kind of head people off from doing that. But other than that, let's go back to the poetry contest. I thought it was amazing. I loved hearing everybody's thoughts and their harvest gatherings and how they um, put words to the theme. So it was amazing and it went real smooth. It's going to be hard not to make any of these competitions kind of long because you got judges that, and salute to the judges. You've got judges that have to listen to everybody and then they've got to replay in their minds what's going on, who said what and what their theme was. So salute to the judges. That's a hard thing to do, especially right here on StreamYard with everybody else in the room. Um, I got to peek in on Brooke Valentine's, on her competition. I thought that was really cool. Congratulations to the winners. I think Brianna won, and I'm not sure of who else it was that won, but congratulations to them because that's not an easy thing to do either, to cook on it. I did not know that you could use the air fryer like that on fresh meat. I honestly thought it was just for frozen, so I don't know how to use my air fryer. But watching some of these competitions, you learn a whole lot more. Good morning, a snack. How you doing? I hope everything is going well for you this morning, this bright Monday morning. Now, normally I wouldn't even be up this early because I like to work in the nights. And but there's one good thing about living in apartments. They do keep the grounds looking nice and the grass cut and all, but I just wish they would call me before they come running the giant lawnmower behind my bedroom window at 8 o'clock in the morning. But they got a job to do too. I guess everybody has their jobs in life to do. Good morning, Kimberly, my love. How are you? I hope you are doing well. I hope your day goes bright and positive. I hope that you are having an amazing morning. So far, after I'm done with this, I'm climbing right back into bed. But let's discuss a few of these challenges and a couple things that's going on. I purposely have kept my mouth shut about any and everything other than a smiley face here, speaking to somebody there. Oh, you in Virginia Beach? Hey! All right. See, so what you doing, snack over there? You doing hair? You cutting? You creating? Oh, you and your complex does the cutting and creating. Well, honey, it's so nice to see my neighbor. Good morning, my darling. Yes, look, I used to love being out there cutting the grass and stuff when I had my own place. It would bug me. I'd be mad at it, but I definitely would love to go out there. And I had this thing where I was always trying to buy new stuff for the yard, not knowing what I'm doing. I want the shortcut. I don't want to read on how I'm supposed to hold the thing and do all that. No, child, I will only do someone's hair if they have a special occasion, something's going on that they can't get nobody or they can't afford somebody. I do their hair just to see, especially now I'm stuck with color. My cuts, I've been cutting hair for 35, 30, well, 30 years now and love it. Absolutely love it. I can cut the Jesus out somebody's hair. So I guess my neighbors is the only ones to benefit and my mom, other than my own bald head, which I am thrilled. After this color that y'all see on the screen, I think Imma take it dark and do some lighter spots in it, like a leopard print or something. I'm just having a ball. The one thing I found is that it's a mode of therapy. You can, I can't draw a straight line on a canvas just sitting up, on the easel. But what I can do is I can play around with myself. Oh no, your mind ain't up here? Let me fix that, cause I listen, I when I redid the whole computer, I had to it just kinda changed everything up. Let me put you up here, honey. Let me put you up here. I am so sorry, my love. I haven't been really doing a lot of lives, but of course, Kimberly, of course you are. You've always been from day one. Oh, you gonna start, what, if you when you move back to Atlanta and you start doing some hair, oh yeah, you can do it. You get you a few people and really show off your skills, it'll build again. It'll build. I don't know if I'm ready to start that all over again, but let's talk about what's going on in the streets. Brooke Valentine had that Cornish hen thing. I'm thinking old school. It's got to go in the oven. I had no idea you can use the air fryer like that. I need to go and research it because I was so hung up on getting it. Andrea, good morning, my love. It is early for you. I didn't even want to call and bug you. Let me make sure yours is up here too. Child, let me make sure. All right, I got you up here. Look, because I redid the whole computer and had it all updated. Well, thank you, baby girl, for getting up so early. But you got the kids, so I know you had to get on up. Oh goodness, you just got off, girl. Y'all be working. I will not work after 11 at night because then I get all goofy, and Lord knows where the poor people on the side of the road end up. Oh, there ain't no telling where. Not at all. Um, let's talk about the Halloween contest. I can't lie, I enjoyed both of them because it takes a lot of balls to come out there and to put to show a character. It take a lot of to come out and show yourself, but to come out and to show yourself as a character and try to embody that character, and give us that characterization of the person or figure, it's hard. And then some folks was making it sexy and everything. Thank you for dropping Andrea's channel. Please do. Y'all feel free to drop your channel. I don't know who will watch. I don't know who's going to be watching the replay or whatever, but please y'all can drop y'all channels so that you can get more subscribers. That would be wonderful. I'm not in it for the money. Of course, I would love to get, watch the 21st, but it has not happened yet. I am not consistent in uploading things. And really, once you put your mouth into somebody's business or whatever, it just starts to create a chain of events. Thank you, Miss Kimberly. I appreciate you, my dear. And let me let you know the Halloween contests were great. I thought they were great. It takes a lot. I wasn't too keen on the doing the coming as a content creator thing, but it was funny in a sense. I just support everybody I can. I just think it would have gone better if maybe they had done it together or one after the other. But yeah, everybody's costumes, were all right. Yes, the poetry contest I really liked. I absolutely loved it. I think I saw somebody put in the chat, I'm getting in my feelings now. I was getting in my feelings too. I was like, man, I'm working too. Let me take it out my ear for a minute. But it was cool. It was really, really cool. I thought it was much more than what they call us. They call us, I think, who was it that said this was low vibrational? That upped the low vibration. That upped the vibrations quite a bit by having folks come out and give their poems of harvesting. And I thought it was amazing. And there was a time when I would have felt like I could have written a nice poem and did that and put it and maybe entered. But some of the, sometimes some of these competitions I want to enter, but what keeps me from entering is the controversy sometimes. And I was all about controversy before and all, but sometimes it just can kind of get to you. It can really get to you, and it can poison you in a sense, to the point where you're spewing and being messy and hating just as much as the person that hated you. So instead of that, I will sit back and watch. So other than that, I don't think I'm trying to think, were there any other ones that we missed? All right, Andrea, my love. I appreciate you popping in, baby. Get you some rest. And I'm so glad that you back to work and you liking it. I hope everything is going well. Kiss them babies for me. Kiss my boos. They're getting tall. Oh my gosh. I know. You get tired of fighting everywhere you go because at a point you get to the point where why am I fighting with you? I don't want to fight with you. That's not what I want to do. I didn't come up here for that. But then again, there's some people who that's what they came up here for. They came up here to fight. But if that's the case, then, I would just leave it alone. But I don't plan on fighting with anybody. It's too much. It's unnecessary. So instead, we can talk about what we see. Now, some of the things that are going on that I've seen this past weekend was the doxing. The doxing, let me tell you, once you start doxing and somebody gets your address or where you work or whatever, I really feel like jobs should be off limit. That's really some cruel stuff to try to get somebody fired from their way of life. I mean, how are they supposed to support themselves? Would you really rather see somebody put out of their job that they worked hard in getting, because you're mad at them? It doesn't, it just doesn't make sense. It, one, if you wouldn't want it done to you, why do it to somebody else? Because you don't like that they said you were this or you that. Here's the thing, I can be a big fat black bitch ugly all day long with pink and purple hearts in my head. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. Why am I mad about it? It does not matter. In the scheme of life, it don't really matter at all. Not at all. Now, when people start putting out what has happened in your past as far as your children or your behavior, if something has happened in your past and is part of public record, it just is what it is. I don't and we all know kind of who I'm talking about, and I don't talk about uppity because I don't know uppity. So I have no reason to really talk about it, but sis, at a point in time it just kind of feels like leave it alone, boo. Just people going to talk regardless. There's no need to add to them to the talking. If you want to fight that bad, knock yourself out. I just feel like it's you just adding to it. You giving them things to go back and start making a bunch of channels to pull out the trolls that come out and talk about what happened with you and your kids. Whatever happened with you and your children is what happened. Okay, if it's a done deal, then fine. But when you keep getting up on different panels, and I had to learn the hard way, When you keep getting up on different panels and you trying to fight everybody about what happened, I mean, it's just say your piece and leave it be. Is what I learned. Say your piece about it, leave it be. But instead, you up here, I'm trying to figure out what's the point in telling everybody that you're getting $1,000 a week. Okay, that's great. If that's what you get, that is wonderful. But why tell everybody that that's what you get? Okay, because there are people that are out here that don't get $100 a week, and then you saying that they jealous of you. What they jealous of is the way that you just you just abandon your principles is what it seems like it to me. Now, I don't know if it seems like that to anybody else, but you keep saying, "Oh, y'all mad, everybody mad." It's not mad, it's just like if you were my daughter, I'd be like, "Girl, stop." Just stop, leave it alone. We both from New York, and New York folks, we got a bad habit of talking a lot sometimes, but you and I've been guilty of it. You doing too much, sis. And nobody wants you to be quiet and sit off in the corner, but what you're doing is you're highlighting what has happened in your past, and instead you got the baby online, and of course my daughters, I bring them on. If they're here and I happen to be on, I have no problem with them saying hi. I have no problem with showing my beautiful baby. But they're not babies, they're grown-ups. That's the difference. These younger babies don't have a choice really. If you tell them come here, they gotta come here. But you kinda doing a lot, and you're giving everybody ammunition to come up and try to shoot at you when nobody really has anything to do with your personal life. And you're right, Kimberly. People going into people's private lives, personal lives, but when you stick it out here like that, you got to expect that. My thing is, don't add to it. Don't sit up here and try to, you know, I mean, it's the fighting for me. It is what are you fighting for? I don't understand. I would love to have a conversation with you. I mean, because I'm wondering, are you listening to yourself? Sometimes you got to take a step back and listen to yourself and ask yourself, should I even say that? Because if you telling everybody that you're getting $1,000 a week, why are you asking for cash apps for costumes and stuff? You should have it like that. 4K a week? Hey, you should have it like that. You should definitely have it like that. So there's really I mean, you making a bigger target of yourself. Um, as far as the doxing of King Roman News, get it. When things happen and they come into your personal life and they hit your job, and you got people that respect you looking at you through a side eye, that ain't a good feeling, not at all. Now, I don't know Lady Dimples. I've spoken to her before on Sir King's panel, but I don't know her. But Lady Dimples, girl, come on now. It ain't cool. It's not cool to sit around and dox and then be proud of it. What's the pride for? I don't understand. I see why King Roman News was so upset. Oh, it's a learning curve, honey. Mm, what's the saying? Kimberly, spill your own tea before somebody else spill it. That is never truer words, but I understand why KRN was so mad. I mean, he was absolutely pissed, and I don't blame him. I don't know his job or how, you know, how much he was making or anything like that. It's none of my business. But I do know that it was obviously very important to him. That's part of his income. He shouldn't have to go and worry about his money because somebody don't like him or somebody mad at him and want to dox him. This doxing stuff has really got to go. It's just too much. It's unnecessary. It's like, "Oh, Imma get you back, so Imma put your personal information out." Okay, now you got my address, now you know I did X, Y, and Z, now what? Okay, you sent an email to my job, now he's got a new job. Thank God that he was able to find a new job. King Roman, I hope that you enjoy your new job. I hope it's everything that you want it to be. And I hate the fact that you had that happen to you. I don't know you. I've watched you some, and I know that you be dragging folks too. So, and this is the beef sector. That's what everybody. That's what the majority of content creators do. They will do the drag. Some only if needed, if they feel it's needed. Some just because they ain't got nothing better to do, and they may not have anything better to do. But other than that, I'm not even sure what else is going on. It was so much. There was a issue with um, Triple Red X's video. I personally liked his video. And I liked this video because he's right. You know, some of our content creators, this is a job. I get that just like he does. I get it. If you can make a real good buck, hey, it is a false sense of power. I agree. It's a false sense of power. But if they're making money off of it, Kimberly, that's a different thing, baby. When they making money off of it, it gets territorial at that point. Now it's all holes barred. You making money off of me. I mean, I'm making money off of this and you are interfering in that. I get that. But I also feel like you should be able to express whatever it is you feel the need to express. If you're up here and you're talking and you're, things evolve. Things definitely evolve. Life goes on, people move on, um, all kinds, I mean, things change. And I feel that there is nothing wrong with the old beef sector, but I know there were some casualties of war from the old beef sector. I just don't understand. I don't get the why we have to be at war. Why are subscribers and content creators made to feel that they can't go and see other people. See, the thing is, you can go to another content creator's live and you can talk amongst the chat. The thing is, you have no idea what that content creator is going to say. Now, you may see the title and have an idea of their subject matter, but you do not know what they are going to say. So you can't control that. But once they say something that is not copacetic or not comparable in worth for another content creator, all of a sudden it's you picking sides and this and that. The only side that I pick is my side. You know, I pick my side because I got to live with myself. When I turn my TV off, when I turn off YouTube, I gotta be here by myself. And I don't want to be here and think, damn, I wish I hadn't have cut such and such out. I really wish I hadn't have said that to that person because it's unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. Um, I think in the last video, I had apologized to a few content creators that I may have that I said some things that weren't nice to them. And I stand on my apologies with them. We good, I hope. I have no problems with them. I have no problems with anybody. But just like everybody else, we can all speak on what we see. So I've been seeing a lot. And I think that some of the things that have gone down. If you got your own platform or whatever, or if you come on someone else's platform, you have every as much right to say something that about it as anybody else. Okay. Now I know I didn't really say a whole lot about Beach's situation, except that I couldn't kind of understand why she's such a bold. I've known Beach since I started up here, not known her personally, but from what I know of her, she's a very strong-willed person. So I didn't think that, it kind of threw me off guard that this dude would come up and she wouldn't knock him the hell out. That's what I thought she would do, if anything. I don't care how big or whatever. If you're gonna put your hands this way, then you're not gonna leave the same way you came back that you came. So it's on. It's on and popping right then and there. Like TRX said, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I assumed that she was that type of person because she's such a bold person. So I couldn't understand the a man appearing, blocking you off and pulling the door handle off and trying to pull you out of the car. I don't understand. Was he trying to pull you out or was he trying to get in? What was going on? And all of the we all noticed the hospital picture, of course, that you put up, and it was filtered, like DKL said, filtered to the gods. You look better in the hospital than a lot of folks look in glamour shots. And it was kind of weird to us why, you take a picture, the pictures that I had from when I had gotten jumped by this dude years ago that I was talking to TRX about, those weren't glamour shots. They were pictures of the actual bruises, not pictures of I'm beautiful. Please take my picture while I'm in the hospital bed. It wasn't like that because the police had to have them. Now, one thing that kind of threw me as well is the fact that you put this man's information up and out. So you basically doxed him in a sense. And I don't get that. I really don't get that. What was the point? So that means you're antagonizing someone else. And I didn't understand the reasoning there. And then maybe it's not for me to understand the reasoning. I get that. But once you put it out in the air, in the atmosphere, especially on the YouTube streets, we can't help but speak on it. We definitely cannot help but speak on it and draw our own conclusions. You know, we're wondering why, if it's an assault, one thing I do know is that they don't just tell the person and pop them on the hand and say, now you go home and sit there until you come to court. They don't do that. That's not something that they do. Somebody has put their hands on me like that. I'm not going to their mama house. I don't want to see their mama. No, I want to see the um magistrate or police or whomever. That's who it is. But if I remember correctly, because I'm not looking at any community post or anything, the bond was $500 for vandalism, criminal vandalism, I believe. I'm not sure. Just going off, verbatim or not verbatim, but off my dome of what I thought I saw. $500, so he has to pay 10% of that, right? And if I'm correct, that's $50, or is it not? 10% of 500. Yeah, I think it may be 50 that he had to pay to get out. Um, from what you said, the internal bleeding, the having to get lawyers, this, that, and the other, it doesn't. I'm wondering, does he have to go back? I don't know who this man, well, no, unfortunately, I do know who this man is because all of his information was put out. But um I don't understand, with all of that he supposedly did, there's no way he would just have a $500 bond and only have to pay 50 to get out. It just doesn't make sense. Back when that my situation happened, we talking 20 years ago, old dude had to pay a lot more than to get out then. And there were definite real pictures of real bruises and this, that, and the other. And so I don't understand. And the police was the ones who set it up for the bail and everything. So I don't quite get it, but hey, this is just your issue. It's just you put it out there for us to consume. So once we consume it, and we're trying to digest it and of course pick it apart. We needed to know what's right and what's true and what's not true. So if it's not true, then fine. I mean, if it is true, fine, fine. You have every woman's support because nobody wants to see anybody get hurt. But going back and showing the scene of the crime toward your house and with your baby in the car, it, it just kind of rings uppity to me in a sense. It's like y'all got these kids in the background and they hearing y'all perform on YouTube telling folks this, that, and the other. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. So no, I don't quite get that. But you cannot get mad when somebody has something to say about it. It just doesn't make sense. There's no need to get mad, but when you set yourself apart by calling out people's races or their ethnicity, ethnicity, then then you kind of painting yourself as this type of a certain type of person, and it's just weird. It is. It feels weird, but hey, I just sit back and watch. Like I said, I've enjoyed everything that I've been watching so far since I've come back. Um, I hate the fighting, you know. This is a newer, it's the same platform, but just a lot different. Whereas it's okay for someone who's not, good morning, Granny Love. I hope you have a beautiful day. It's a type of app now where there are more people aware of it and more people that are able to come on that may have different talents that they are interested in showing. And some of us wound up in this sector because of other things or other people that we were watching. And you are always welcome, Miss Granny Love. We watch different things, you know, and what people don't realize, what you watch kind of feeds into your spirit. And so there comes a point when sometimes you got to put YouTube down for a minute. It can be an hour, it can be a day. You just got to put it down for a minute. But if this is something that you're making money off, I can see that it's hard to put things down because you've got to plan, your next live or what you're going to talk about or different things like that. So I get it. I get it. I don't know. I know that you guys have um, a lot more subscribers than I do. And I know that um, you have to have consistent content in order to build your channel. Now, the question is, what are you trying to build? Is everybody trying to build the same thing or no? Because some people just come up here, hang out, and just talk to other people. They don't come up here to fight or to get in their feelings and things. But some people, this can be a way of life. If you can make some money, I wish I did have some kids that was singing, dancing like the Jacksons and can get on up here and make me turn into Joe Jackson. Sure would love them. But now I'm definitely interested, and if anybody else has an opinion, I really, really would love to know. There's the link if you want to come up. I definitely would love to hear what you got to say, what you think as well. Because sometimes, you just be wondering, am I right in what I'm thinking or am I not? Because am I being mean? Am I being, because that's the one thing I'm not. I'm not a mean person. So I don't do that meanness. I'm gonna call you this, that, and the other, or not anymore. No, I don't do that anymore. There was a time when it was done, but that shit is passe at this point. Everybody don't want to do that. Our whole life is about healing ourselves, our minds, our bodies, our everything. I didn't come up here to fight. Did not come up here to fight. I think it's juvenile in a sense to get up here and I'm gonna fight you just because. I'm not. I think Ness can be real funny. I like Ness. Ness and I used to hang out with Jay Dunn back in the day on the panels. And that's when panels to me started changing. And Kiki used to hang out on the panels and it was fun. We'd laugh, we joke, we talk, and it was fun. It wasn't a I hate you, it wasn't a you need to get off and whatnot. It just wasn't that. It really wasn't. I don't know about this clout chasing bullshit because I thought the only time you chasing clout is when you're trying to make more of or build your channel up to this point where you're a virtual sensation, to where when you go live, everybody wants to hear what you're going to say. People are either going to want to listen to you or they're not. It's not a contest. It's really not. It's not a hierarchy. It's not. It's not a hierarchy. It's people that it's just like people that are older than you. So there are people that are older than you on an app or that have been here on the app before you. Um to me, it doesn't mean anything different than if I had been here right when YouTube opened the doors. Maybe you think I'm wrong. It's possible. You have your opinion, I have mine. The one good thing about opinions, you can agree to not agree. It doesn't have to be a showdown. It doesn't have to be me trying to fight you, talk about you, put this person in that place, that person in this place. That just makes, I mean, that's like that schoolyard stuff. And I've been off the schoolyard a long time, and seeing as them kids is now grown, I'll be damned if I go pie and mess around at anybody's school. I can't do it. I can't do it. This isn't school. I don't want to feel like I'm in high school. I'll just stand outside the school. Y'all can play around and get the teacher's approval and all this and that. I'm not doing that. I don't need that because there's nothing that's going to change my life, I would hope. I mean, shoot. The thing is, if you have something to hide or if you have something that's unflattering about you or something that you don't want anybody else to see, repeat or clip, then you wouldn't put it out here on YouTube or on Facebook or on Instagram or Big O or any of these other apps. You would just literally keep that stuff to yourself. But when it comes to public records, if it has that seal, that city, that state, that government seal, if it's that type of website, I tend to believe it more so than a website where things can be changed on it and it can be, edited. But The point is that information had to come from somewhere to even go onto that website. So I don't know. If that is true, I feel bad that she had to go through that. And she, meaning uppity, I'm sorry you had to go through that and had to deal with that. I hope that it is getting better with this baby. These kids don't come with any manuals at all. They don't come with no manuals. Ness was right. We was getting smoked, not smoked that way, but I mean, our dad, mom and dad, some of them were smoking and carrying on before they knew that there was a secondhand smoke that could be imbibed by their kids. That was like their house. So why do they have to change their house? If they wanted to smoke, that's what they did. So they didn't know about that. Um, Now that it's known, and I think I heard Beasley Land say something about paint chips, which they found out could lead to lead poisoning and affect future generations. There's so much that could have happened, especially in New York, where a lot of the places were older. And if they weren't upkept as well as they should have been or could have been, then that could happen to them. Paint chips, any little thing can happen. My thing is when you get up here and you brag on things that after going through something like that, and the bragging, it's kind of doesn't fit together because it makes people look at each other kind of like, am I hearing this or are you hearing this? I don't get it. But here's the thing, enjoy your life. If that's your vision of your life, your illusions, then you go right ahead with them. Nothing wrong with it. But when you bring it to YouTube and you got people that's gonna jump out of the bushes, pop down off the clouds, and gonna start talking shit to and about you, you know, just yelling back and forth is not gonna change the past. It's not gonna change what happened. What people want to see, since it's brought to the streets, is we want to see better. It To me, it is so much more endearing to see a mama fixing food for her child or children versus going downtown Manhattan to look for a pig costume. I don't get it. It just, maybe it's me. Maybe I just don't get it. I mean, the Halloween costume, great, wonderful, but what impressed me, show me what you're feeding the baby. Show me what she eats on a daily basis. That is something that interests me. Show me how you do her hair, because I would love to see that. You know, Show me how, with the routine that you set for them or for her. That is a little bit more endearing than, oh, y'all jealous of me. Um, Look at my tiny waist. And I mean, I don't get it, boo. I don't get it. I mean, it's almost like comic relief. But you don't have to do that. Show us something that's gonna really endure us or endear us to you, to really make me want to watch your channel. Show me something that is just absolutely great and adorable. I would love to see, like I said, you making the baby all cute. I saw she got all those nice clothes in the closet and everything. See her put on her beautiful clothes, and if you going out, take her down to the zoo, to the Bronx Zoo, or something. You know, is a whole lot better than waiting, to dragging her down for you to get a nose that squeaks on your face. I don't get that part. That part I don't really get. But hey, to each his own. To each his own. you know, Everybody is hearing her in the background, hollering and screaming and cussing. I don't understand. If my kids, when my kids were little, there is no way I could really get up here with and be up here doing lives with the kids like that unless I had babysitters that would take care of them while I was doing it. Because if this is something you want to treat like a job, because when you start asking for cash apps and you start making it seem like, oh, I need the cash app for this or that, then you got to kind of be real with it. You know, I know that when there was a time when I could not afford the medication that my mom was switched over to, her heart medication. And now, thank goodness, it's off brand, so I can get it much lower. And there was a time, and I was blessed by punitive damages and a couple of other people who sent me cash apps that allowed me to be able to go and get that because I don't get $1,000 a week. It just is what it is. I don't get that. You know, the one thing is when my kids were little and my husband and I weren't together, um, or when my older daughter, her father and I weren't together, we didn't do that give me money thing. What he and I did, and we had the best relationship, friendship afterwards. It was, um, he said, "I'll come get her 3 days a week, 1 week, 4 days, another week, and I'll pay for anything that she needs, all her medical and anything that she needs. If you need money for her, let me know and I'll bring it to you." And that's exactly what he did. And he and I and his wife and my then husband stayed friends for years. They were my ex and his wife were my emotional support when my then husband was overseas. It was a beautiful thing, and it was so strange to a lot of people, and I wish more people could do that with their exes, or with people that they have children with or whatever. It was a beautiful thing. People would be like, "How can you talk to him like that?" I mean, his wife, I call her my I call her my other baby, my baby's other mama. Uh, when she was working and he had to go to the hospital or something, emergency came up, they called me. She would call me, "Can you go to the hospital with him?" And because he's this, that, sure, not a problem. We were family. That word family meant so much more than it takes a village almost to raise these children. And all of my children, all five of them, felt like they had four parents. And it was beautiful. It was really, really beautiful. And so when he passed the year before last, I was absolutely heartbroken. Absolutely heartbroken because he treated all of my children like they were his. And I heard Jay Wilson say how you would do something when you were younger, and if you're at your neighbor house and if your neighbor spanked you, or they shouldn't be putting their hands on you, but if your neighbor chastised you and then went and told your mama and your mama said, "Did you get him? Because I'm going to get him next." That's how it was. That is how it was. Now, because of all the craziness going on where you can't have nobody putting their hands on your children and things like that, that's not necessarily the best way to go about it, but that's how it used to be. Um, I mean, you got we don't take care of each other. Ain't nobody else gonna do it. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. There was a boy who had my son stealing uh my mom's credit card information and buying stuff. I spoke to his grandmother who was taking care of him, and she told me, she said, Kay said, "Fuck him up and then bring him to me." I was like, "Okay, wait, Kay. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna put my hands on this child." Okay. But I will scare him and then bring him home. So I surely did. I waited right on out there for him. and he thought he was gonna be able to skirt right on around me. Nope, 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 nope. So when he thought he was gonna skip the loo to the house, nope, come here, little boy. And this boy was about 16, 17, 16 then. And I told him, come on, get in the car. And I do not recommend this or recommend anybody's child to get in anybody's car. The thing is, he knew who I was and he knew who my children were. And since my youngest daughter, who just like my oldest daughter, are bold as hell, she done already been over to the house, bamming on the door, talking about come outside with her little self. I said I need to get this. I need to get this ended, finished, done before anything pops off the wrong way. So that's what I did. I went and I talked to him very sternly. And then I went and followed him right into his house or right up to his porch where his grandma was waiting. And she had a big old long pole. And, you know, before I knew it, she said, me and her other neighbor, she said, y'all watch out. She took that pole and she started beating that boy with that pole. And I'm like, oh shit, wait a minute. Wait a minute, because I ain't never beaten no kids with no poles and stuff. Wait, hold on, lady. So Kay was going, she was going to town and she was older than me. So I know how I feel at 53 right now. And at that time, so this was 6, 7 years ago. Nope, 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 nope. About 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And she was 4 or 5 years older than me. So she would be um if she passed away too, unfortunately, God bless her soul, rest in peace. Last year I found out. But she was hitting him with that big old stick. I think it was a stick from like a broom or something, and she slipped because it was raining. It was drizzling real bad, and so she slipped in the mud. And I caught her because I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's going down." So my dumb broke down behind, reaches out to catch her like I'm somebody's, you know, like I got the best stability in the world. So I reach out and I catch her, and I was like, "Okay, all right, let me take it from here." So then I had to turn into Biggie Smalls and had to really make him understand that this was not right. No, I did not put my hands on him, but he wanted to say he was in a little gang and, you know, we this and we that. But of course, he didn't say it to us. He would say that to the other kids. So I said, where your boys at right now? Where are they? You got these women here that's finna beat your ass. Where your boys at? And he couldn't say nothing. He was stuttering and stammering, and I mean it was a mess. But what I can say about him right now, because I told him, I said, listen, I do not want my oldest son to go back to jail behind some bullshit. Not at all. I do not want him back in the pen. So I got to take care of this before he gets wind and wanders this way. So thank goodness I can say that this boy is in his third year of college at an HBCU. Um, and he's doing fine as far as I know. I believe that he went in with a football scholarship, and I am very glad that after that incident, he did not participate in any more stupidity or crazy stunts like that. Because he had my son trying to buy air guns on a credit card. I said, "What? No. Oh, we not doing this. Nope, 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 nope." My daughter started hanging with her friends, and the first time you try to skip your orchestra lessons, nope, 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 nope. It was time for them to be in a different atmosphere, a different school zone, a different school period. So that's when daddy came into the picture. And I then still was dealing with all of the chronic pain and the pain medication that I had to take. And it was just too much. So I think it is nothing wrong with children's fathers stepping in to take care of the kids if the atmosphere isn't right, if the mother is not able to keep a close enough eye on them to make sure that everything goes well. I think it is a great idea because my youngest two, those two kids, they are in their third and fourth year at their HBCU. So I am so thrilled. It takes more than one person. And if you can get more than one good person to raise the kids, then that's all the better. Their stepmom, she's an accountant, all the better. That's a good thing. It's a great thing. And I wish that it can happen more so. You don't have to show these kids that you can disagree with the other parent or whatever, but you don't have to show out in front of the kids. You don't have to let them see all of that. And if the other parent wants to act like that and it gets dangerous or your kids got to see that, it's time to jet. It is definitely time to jet. Get yourself out of that situation. You do not stand that. You do not stand for people putting their hands on you, on your children, or doing something wrong to interfere with the growing minds of your children and for your future. You know, I hope what Beach said has some real merit to it because if you had internal bleeding, you now have a change in your health system that is going to follow you. It's like being in a car accident and you don't know when you're going to start with pain in the lower part of your back or and on your neck. I mean, I hope that this wasn't um adding more to the pot, for whatever reason. I don't know. I know of Beach. I know that we've talked and we've been on a couple panels together and really talked and had fun. And that's what this application was. It was to have fun, to be able to talk. So if you get on someone's panel, you should be able to talk to them. I feel to me it's more personal that way. It just feels more personal, even if we don't see each other. It just feels more personal. Just Andrea and I have been friends up here, you two friends, even though Dr. Wilson says, Jay Wilson says that there are no friends on YouTube. They're friends. They're certain type of friends. It's a long distance friendship. And Andrea is, I would say, one of the very best friends that I have up here. Um, there's so many folks up here that I follow and that I love and that I have spoken to and it ain't none of that back behind the scenes what you know about X, Y, and Z. I don't care where somebody lives. I don't care where somebody goes to park their car. I don't want to know. I don't need to know. I honestly don't need to know. I have evolved. I am not the same person that I was 3 years ago, 4 years, 5 years ago. I'm not. And so there's no need for me to keep up that persona. No, not doing it. Not at all. This is me. This is for me. And anybody is more than welcome to come along for the ride, just watch and listen, talking, having fun. That's what it should be, or that's what it is for me. I don't know about anybody else's goals, but my goals are the same. To have fun. Maybe we can learn a little from each other, maybe not. But, you know, putting more into a situation to make it seem worse isn't great. Trying to cover up a situation to make it seem as though it didn't happen like that or it wasn't like that. Once you put this information out here, it's going to get picked apart. It gets picked apart. So that's the only thing. I mean, you can't get mad at anybody for picking it apart or for trying to have or having questions about it. Why put it out there then if that's not what you wanted? if that's not what you wanted. And y'all really should watch all of these homophobic, racist comments, these, what we say to each other, because it's not cool at all. Not at all. Because, like we said, this is a free application. And if you want subscribers, or if you think you want subscribers, or if you want to make money off of this, then to me it would seem to pay more. Yeah, we still love bugs, Kimberly. We still the love bug. You see the little bug going across up there? It's still the love bugs, honey. I still love my lady dots, my little ladybugs. Absolutely. It's I don't know. I think if you're really trying to do a brand and you're trying to make something off of it, then you gotta have all of that type of stuff, which I think is cool. Um, I know that Jim used to make different pictures, draw different pictures, which I love. He's got so much talent in that little hand. I can only imagine how his mind works. Um, but yeah, we still love bugs, girl. I'm gonna start doing more consistent uploading and things like that. We will definitely hang out more. It's been so much going on this past week. I just been quiet. I was like, I can't. Other than the optional face making in the chats, it's like, no, no. Now I will pop on Bree's panel sometimes, because whether people realize it or not, nobody wants uh, people who have never had a weight problem do not understand. They don't understand at all the health aspect of it. Okay. It's just, there's no way I could just pop up and go run off down the street to the YMCA and hop on the machines like I'm going in, I'm gonna get it. Not and still live to tell the tale. It just doesn't work like that. Everybody's body chemistry is made up so differently that people don't understand. I support anybody's weight loss journey if that's what they want to do. If this a weight gain journey that they were, if she was size 2 and wanted to gain weight, I'd support that as well. I support anybody's personal journey and growth. Life is about growing and evolving and turning into a better version of the you from 2 years ago, or the you from 10 years ago. I think it is wonderful. I mean, you can only call somebody fat so many times and it still be funny. I'm I mean, yeah, I'm fat. She's fat. Okay. We're fat. And now what? I mean, yeah, you got to have thick skin to be up here and whatnot. But wow. I mean, who cares? I mean, who cares? You got to remember the trolls are going to pick stuff apart. They're going to talk about you. They're going to say this. They're going to say that. Why feed them? Why feed them? But I guess, kind of like what TRX was saying, if this is your something that you're using as a means of income, I get it. I get it. I do. I get it. And back in when we were kids and they were saying, "Oh, you can say what you want," sticks and stones and all that other stuff. But now people picking up sticks and stones. I mean, come on, is it that serious? Is it that serious? I thought that this was an entertainment app. I was entertained with the Halloween challenges. I'm entertained with the different cooking challenges and all. And even if this be a beef sector, when people start talking and dragging each other, there's some entertainment as well. But you know how low is too low? Food for thought. How low is too low? But then again, I've heard it said, F people's feelings. Oh no, you know what? I'm a grown up. Fuck people's feelings is what I've heard up here many a times. But you know, I'm gonna leave you all with that. I have taken an hour of your time. I thank you guys for hanging out with me, Kimberly. I appreciate you and thank you for letting me know about the mod thing, girl. I reset everything and I'm like, because they keep changing everything. YouTube evolves just like everything else. So they upgrade and they different got new apps and all that good stuff. But you know what? I thank you so very, very, very much for hanging with me, Kimberly, for years. I appreciate it. Granny Love, a snack. We've been through this for a long time. So I appreciate you popping over. And I'm going to leave you guys with that because you guys are amazing. This sector is amazing. It is amazing. Now, how everybody's fitting in with each other is one thing. Everybody got to find their own lanes and their own camps or whatever. That's fine. I don't have nothing to do with all that camp shit. I'm not just gonna go over here because this one. No, I will watch it, and we can all talk about it. Or if that's not what your goal is, for to have everybody talking about it, then why put it out? I thought that was the whole goal of it. But Kimberly, you are a gem. You always have been. We gonna all get together again. I will see you guys in another chat. I guess I will be back tomorrow maybe or next day. I guess I'm gonna start doing it a little bit more because I'm like I said, I'm not up here to make a dollar. I'm up here because I like everybody. And because I like everybody, I feel like, why can't I talk with everybody? If they want to talk to me, then let's talk. I think it's a great, great thing. And you guys are great. The replay gang, when you watch, if you like, please share it on your community wall if you can. And let's all have some real conversations up in here. Let's do that. Let's really talk. Okay. Let's what it's really about. But I absolutely appreciate you guys. And I'm gonna leave you all with that. I want you to have a beautiful, blessed day. Stay positive. It's enough negative stuff out there. You don't have to be part of it or you don't have to participate in it. But you know what? You got something to say it. It's you. You do what you feel you need to do. And with that, I'm going to let you all go. Thank you again, Kimberly, Just Andrea, Granny Love, and a snack. I appreciate you popping through, and I will see you guys next time or in another chat, loves. Bye.
Slow. Yeah, I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just about my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had the strength in my mind. To the videos, they thought I was a black guy. That's hard to get over. A foreigner in the sport, but I'm fully devoted. I don't take it for granted that the door's been open. I knew I was different, I knew I was chosen. A breadwinner, but I'm soft-spoken. Authentic like a 5950 and there's no cap. Let's have a toast to that. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. They done baptized the bad guy. Still don't follow religion. The fabric's not average. The cotton's Egyptian. 500 for the shoes, come dirty, but the European. Less is more and less is the bank. Up the score, I pull up from train. From the tray, I'm ballin' like train. Do what I can, I do what you can't. I I wrote this 30,000 feet up, 10 toes stay G'd up. I'm tryna get that type of wealth like a house on the hills can't see us. Say the money still me up, stay humble, stay teed up. I don't tell you how to live, so don't hit me with no weak stuff. And if you know the deal, then you know the deal. If it's real, then you know it's real. Toast. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast